Before we talk about law of sines, we need to get the notation. If I have a triangle ABC, so I'm going to draw a triangle and I'm going to label the vertices with uppercase letters A, B, C. Then the side opposite to uppercase A, which means A is formed by these two sides. So this side, which is opposite to A, is denoted by lowercase a. And similarly, the side opposite to angle B, which is AC, will be denoted by lowercase b. And AB would then be denoted by lowercase c. And the law of sines says this. A, B, C are sides, so they have units of say inches or something. And law of sines tells me this. A over sine A, and sine A is just a fraction, is a number. It's dimensionless. So this is still some kind of inches, or it has dimensions of length. A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. Now this is what the law of sines tells us. And actually this is equal to something which will be covered in a separate video. So A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. And how do I prove that? Well, it's not that bad. So let me redraw a triangle. And this time I'm not going to label everything. Let's say this is A, B, C, and if I were to drop a perpendicular from A onto BC, then what I have done is I have split the side A, but this C and B did not get split. And let's denote this point where the perpendicular meets BC as D. Now if I focus only on the triangle, on this triangle ABD, so if I focus on triangle ABD, this is what I'm going to see. ABD, this is C, and let's call this height as H. So say this is H. Now notice angle A got split, so this is no longer angle A, but this is still angle B. So if I consider sine B is opposite over hypotenuse, so that's going to be H over C. So sine B is this angle, or B is this angle, so sine B is opposite over hypotenuse. And notice I can write H as C sine B. Now if I were to consider this triangle ADC, notice I could write sine C as H over B. So H, if I multiply both sides by B, I get H equals B sine C. Here I did not mention, but what I did is I multiplied both sides by C. So that's how I got H equals C sine B. And considering this triangle, I got H equals B sine C. So putting these two together, I can say that C sine B equals B sine C. Which means, now if I divide both sides by sine C, then I get C, or let me write it this way, C over sine C equals B over sine B is what I get if I move those factors around. So I could do it in two steps if that's what you prefer. You could divide both sides by sine C first and then divide both sides by sine B. Or you could say dividing both sides by sine B sine C, you get this. So we got C over sine C equals B over sine B because we dropped a perpendicular from A. Now, if you were to drop a perpendicular from B, then you would get this quantity also equal to A over sine A. And that's the proof for law of sines. It's A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C.